was going through the strategic report for JTL as part of my bedtime reading in preparation for this, and there's about 6 pages all about environmental sort of concerns and the impact that JTL was doing, and you know, I know you're a data person, but there's numbers and numbers there in terms of targets and aspirations and sort of a vision. It's very strong on the environmental sort of concerns, and then that sort of dominates conversations generally. Again, you know, reading this, I'm thinking this is definitely some leadership here. Again, obviously, there's an element in terms of JTL as an employer. There's a JTL in terms of the training provider, but then there's also the sector itself, very much environmental, very much in terms of the targets that we've got, and also the direction of travel that's changing within sort of these green jobs that, you know, I'll put that in sort of quotation marks, but the green jobs and the green apprenticeships and the opportunities that are there. It's a very exciting time. Yeah,
definitely. And I think it's really interesting. You touch on that, Saf, as I know you're aware. I think it was you know, the electrotechnical apprenticeship is a green apprenticeship now, and we have just recently launched one of our recruitment campaigns, which is talking about the green agenda. So, for example, if you talk to a lot of young people these days about things that are important when they're considering a career choice, things that I go back to my so what. It's like people will say, well, so what is my career going to do? So what influence am I going to have? And particularly also in things like the environmental factor. If I'm becoming an electrician or a plumber, for example, you know, I could be working with solar panel technologies. I can be working with, you know, ground and air source heat pumps. I can be working with things in my trade that are directly having an impact on the UK environment and on the society that we live in. And that's pretty exciting. So not only do I need to understand perhaps, you know, working in a 14th century building, but 14th century building that's got solar panels.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the opportunities, I think, in terms of how it can support the sector, and particularly when, you know, in the conversations I have with apprentices, the environmental side is something that is very, very important for a lot of people coming into the sector, because it feels like an opportunity to help in terms of where we're going on the green agenda, in terms of, you know, and you're installing things in people's homes or in offices or buildings where, you know, it's having an impact on our climate and the environment that we all live and work in.
Canny Conversation Podcast Series 5 by Safaraz Ali.